All right, everybody. I'm gonna give you a little rundown on this little tractor. This is a TYM 2024 T574. As many of you know, this has a 55 horsepower Coupe J turbocharged engine. It's 4-wheel drive. I have the R14s on here, and it's cabbed, so there's that. So far this tractor's been great. I have, I think, 21 and a half hours on it so far. Like I said, I got it about a month and a half ago. Since then, obviously, I have this King Cutter 6-foot box blade, which I've been working on here, and some other stuff up there, but just kind of playing around, learning with it. I have this worth every penny hydraulic top link for inside the cab adjustment, because as you can imagine, getting in and out of this to make a 1/4 inch movement will drive you nuts. I just knew that from previous experiences. Also, I just ordered this Vevor 2-prong hay spear. It's been a while since I looked for hay spears, and holy crap, they are expensive. So this guy, I got it for about 400 bucks, which is what I thought I was going to pay for most of them. But nay, they are $1,200 now plus. Even custom ones are $900. I'm like, well, I don't have my house built yet, and I don't have a welder yet. So instead of making my own, I will just get this one. This is SSQA, quick attach capable, and it's working pretty good. I mean, it fits in there really tight. I mean, everything here seems to be kosher. 49-inch prongs, I believe, 49, 48, something like that. 3,000 pound capacity rating on there. As you can tell, I use this tractor, and as of right now, it is stored outside, but that will change once the house is built. And what I'm going to do is lift this guy here. I've already moved it from basically right there to here, but the reason why I'm doing this is because twofold. Seems like everybody back east, all you Yankees, love your round bales. Round bales have a place. Don't get me wrong. But out west here, especially here in Idaho, we primarily do big squares. There's several reasons for that, but like these, they have their pros and cons. This is a 4x4x8 alfalfa, I believe it's alfalfa grass mix hay. We're going to call it alfalfa. It's probably like 90-10 combo. Came off this ground here, so I'm not worried about it. Anyways, long story short, these are 4-foot by 4-foot by 8-foot hay bales. They can weigh anywhere between 15 and really wet ones might be 2,200 pounds. I'm gonna guess this one here is about 18, every bit of 18. It's pretty solid. Let's see here. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strand bale and twine on there. So yeah, it's probably 1,800 pounds. As you can tell, it snowed last night. It's the middle of December here. The top of this is slightly wet, but it's not molded yet. But most of this just kind of goes to cattle. This is actually going to go a little bit for my horses and some other stuff. But what I'm going to do is 1,800 pounds, slippery, wet conditions, a slight slope. You probably cannot tell, especially from my awesome camera angles, because that's how I roll. There's an irrigation ditch, or a canal ditch. It's bilateral. And this whole thing kind of slopes downward here, and then just keeps on going downhill. Gradual slope. So I would say there's a 1 degree side hill-ish kind of thing here. Also, both front and rear are ballast filled. So there's that, which highly recommend. Even though this tractor is like, I want to say it's 5,000-ish pounds dry. You put that in there, and I think it kicked my weight up to almost like 6,800 pounds. It's worth it. So I wanted to show how these Vevor hay forks work. They are stupid simple to put together. You get this in a box, you can get these in another box. You put this on your SSQA tractor attachment. You put the round spear in the round hole. Then there's a nut, and you guess what? You taper it down. Now, with these nuts, you're not going to get it from that angle. They are flat on this side, but they have a bevel on this side, which is really a good design. I like it, but it's a good idea too, because then it just limits the play and it kind of locks this in there. Now, as far as these spears go, they don't go just straight on in there either. They also have a bevel kind of like this towards the nut end, and then the nut has a bevel, so they kind of pull each other together, which is pretty decent. I'll take that. What are these? I don't know the diameter, but I would say this is probably a solid 1.5 inches. They are not light. They're deceptively heavy. I mean, I got it, but you would think they're not that heavy. So anyways, I'm going to climb in this tractor. We're going to pick this bale. We're going to do a little loop or whatever. You're going to get a POV point of view here. Now, I've already obviously ran this tractor. Definitely want to warm up the tractor because it's a solid 28, 30 degrees here. Protect your coupe J. Let me turn down the fan. There we go. Okay. Break. Now, one thing a lot of people haven't talked about on these TYM review kind of talk about videos or whatever is that when I am in my range and say I need to stand up and look at my tips or my bucket or whatever might be in front of me, my tractor doesn't shut off. Yes, I'm talking to you, Coyote. That drove me nuts in my test drive of the Coyote. I like that tractor. I just was like, nope, that is not gonna happen. I could not stand that feature. Anyways, so I like how these forks are painted orange. I'm sure that'll wear it down a little bit, but a little redneck spray can will definitely help that as that happens. I am in medium range, 2-wheel drive. Let me throttle up here a little bit. There we go. We're running at 1500. All right, let's see if I can do this one-handed. I'm already a little high. Go me. Hank Hamilton and all y'all, you make this look a lot easier, but I'm pretty sure you got better cameras than I do and better setups. Oh, he's steered that just fine. We're gonna roll this back. And I am pretty much just playing with it like a cat with a mouse. Okay, that was under a lot of control. I'm gonna grab this bale a little higher. I'm just kind of playing with this right now, but I have moved bales before, but it was with a 110 horsepower John Deere, so it dwarfed these things. That was back in my high school days. So you can see how that bale's kind of showing a little crack there. We kind of want to watch that and make sure that those strands don't break. Now, I'm going to try and go back. Now, when I go back, I'm going back slightly uphill, 2-wheel drive. So we'll see if this tire right here spins, and I bet it will. Yep, there it is. Okay, so 4-wheel drive. Now, great example. This is going to be hard with one hand. Won't come up very easy. Turn the wheel. That ain't working. Okay, let me try the gas in it just a little bit. Grind and in. Okay. Hank Hamilton showed us a trick that if your four-wheel drive lever is not coming up, to kind of crank the steering wheel, which is hydraulically driven steering, and gently pull up at the same time, and it'll slide in. But my iPhone is being held with one hand, and my other hand is doing something else. So, four-wheel drive, we do not seem to be having an issue here. Probably do a loop around this. Man, I just did not get that straight. We'll do a loop around this haystack here after I repick this, because this, I don't know if you can tell, but it's leaning left. So, go me, and this is like the first time I've tried to drive a tractor in film. But I've spent hours, and I would say, a little embarrassingly, probably too much time watching a bunch of different videos, doing tractor research, trying to figure out what tractor to get, what I need, what I don't, for this application right here. This is something this tractor's going to do, along with every other ranching thing there. That's a lot more square. And so I'm not going to go over specs too much. You can find that anywhere from anybody, pretty much. I did. But there's little things that I could not find on YouTube after hours and hours and hours of searching. And that is, like, how does this thing drive on uneven, slightly sloped hills, slippery conditions, with 1,800 pound bale on the front? I gotta take this bale down a 700 foot driveway around the irrigation ditch on the main road for about 10 feet, and then back to the horses down the other side of the ditch, and then I'll drop it off there. But how's it do? Well, I can tell you, just doing this, look, see the ruts I'm hitting and stuff. You know that bale's there. I have that, I would say it's probably a 500 pound, slightly under, maybe 480 pound counterweight box blade on the back. But this thing, one of the reasons why, here, I'm going to stop real quick. One of the things that, this was on the smaller end of the tractors I was originally looking for. I wanted a 75 to 60 horse tractor for the stance, the wider tire stance. I know I can get wheel spacers and whatnot. I looked Coyote, LS, TYM, Deere, Kubota, Holland, Case. I looked at everything that was in pretty much a 80 mile radius mile for me, and we have some bad country down here in southwest Idaho. This was the TYM sold me on two things primarily: one, lift capacity, and two, that Coupe J mechanically fuel injected engine from the grace of God. It's got a lot of common similarities in there. When I saw that fuel injection pump, I'm like, you have my attention. So anyways, long story short, the wheelbase width really helps with heavy stability, or heavy loads like this on fairly uneven, unstable ground. I won't say unstable so much, but it's more just, you hit a rut here, you're really feeling it. Well, I feel it, but I feel like I'm in control. That's the key. Be in control of your load at all times, so you don't end up like some idiot from Nashville. So what I'm getting at is, when I'm driving this, yes, I'm going slow, but I don't care. I'd rather go slow and safe than not. I'm gonna get up here on this kind of plowed ground a little bit, but the width of this thing, no wheel spacers, does not seem to be an issue right now. Hydrostatic engine's doing great, and I'm just gonna creep around like this. Alright, so here I'm doing a slight side hill. to get up on this little road. Ooh, there's a pretty good little dip. My load's probably 4 inches, 2 inches on the left and about a foot on the right. So you can tell, because of that uneven ground over where I picked it at a uneven, not so square spot. So as we can see, the crack's getting slightly larger, but be strong, little bale, be strong. I'm gonna keep filming, but we'll probably speed this up here about. So I have gone over this little road that you can barely see over the hay bale right there, but I've gone over it 2 or 3 times with this box blade and ripped it up really good right before it started freezing, and I'll tell you, it helped it a ton. There was so many potholes in this thing. It was rough. It's smoothed way out, but I'll have to do some more work on it in the spring, summer, when it firms up a little bit. But that's where we're baling our hay from right there. You'll see there's some of the insulation for the flooring of the condominium we're building. I'd say a whopping 2.7 miles an hour, and I don't know if I want to go too much faster, even though I probably definitely could. The reason is basically I don't want to jerk this bale around too much. So with these bales, and if I could find one that wasn't outrageously expensive, I probably would have gotten a 3-prong hay spear. You got these 8-foot long bales, so you're putting a lot of force on just 2. Not so much force that the spear's not rated for it, but force inside the bale only on 2 points. And obviously, anybody who knows anything about a little bit of physics knows that the more points, the more weight distribution you have, generally the better. So we're going around this ditch here. Now this driveway I built this summer, this has just got what do you call that? Biomat or whatever underneath it, because this mud, when it's wet, is like Louisiana gumbo / kissing cousin Mississippi River gumbo slick mud. It is rough. So I put that fiber down, and then I put about 4 to 6 inches of 3/4 road mix on the bottom, and I spread it out from that road all the way up to about just behind that tree. Anyway, we'll go there, you'll see. But now here, I feel like I go faster because it's a lot smoother. So we're gonna go into high range so that I can go faster. But I want to show y'all in high range on smoother ground where this bale's not gonna sit there and bounce on just some 2 forks and hopefully not split apart. I'm gonna see just kind of what we can do here. So we're already at 4. Oh God, 6 miles an hour. It is doable. I feel like I'm in 100% control here. That load is not shaking. I'm gonna raise up just a little bit. Yep, see, I can do that. This tractor's handling this bale like, whew, really nice. I'll show you the tractor I used to have to handle these bales with, and it was a freaking rodeo. Alright, so here's a little deal. You can kind of see we're going to go up to the left here, slightly uphill. I know the contrast is super awesome on an iPhone. White on white, snow, yeah. So, now we are in 4-wheel drive, but I'm still in high range, 2 grand, and nothing's happening here that doesn't need to be. So, Anyways, that's the tractor I used to do this with, although I never picked it up because it couldn't. Scary. Anyways, get out here and try to get these ponies some needed hay. We've been feeding them small bale hay for quite a while. I'm getting tired of it because I gotta do it otherwise. Anyways, there's the house. As you can tell, it's not there yet. Alright guys. Now, here's my next question. I'm pretty sure I can fit through there. We're gonna have to find out. Alright. Set the brake because got a re-read. Now I do think I'm gonna have to push that guy over. That was kind of a temporary permanent situation. Say hi guys. We got that's Sunny, Rio, Charlie. There we go. Oh, that is frozen. Well, it's bent now. Ish. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on. There's a homemade pallet thing right there, so it should work. Keep her about right where she is. As you can see, if you don't pick it square, it doesn't come square, so note to self. Just for reference on everything, I am 5'11", 200 pounds, solid pure man meat, like every dad. And this tractor, oh yeah, we're golden. Look at that. It's amazing when you think ahead just a little bit. Big guys can fit in here. You know, I play a little bit of football, played a lot of baseball. Big guys can definitely fit in here. You know, some built different or whatever, but you 6'4", 6'6" guys. Now, if you're 400 pounds, that might be a different story. Get out of the tractor and dig more ditches. Hopefully you'll drop it. It's not the weight so much, it's just the width. But lanky guys will have zero issues. Yeah, Charlie, I know you're... Okay, oh, Sunny, of course it is. That horse right there eats all the hay. That guy over there is his full brother. He eats a lot of hay. Rio, he's my original horse. He's great. Guys, get out of here. They'll figure it out. That's my daughter's horse that she's riding. It used to be mine, but they're all older guys now. I think, well, he's 19, 21, and 20. Alright, so another thing I'm going to do here, just because my OCD-ness doesn't like it anymore. This little pallet thing I got, kind of got jammed up sideways a little bit, so I'm going to tip that down just kind of like a bucket, push this pallet a little bit more square to that, and here we go. Watch out, Charlie. So what I'm doing is I'm looking right down here, which, no, I'm still in high range, so no bueno. Put it low just to being low. Alright, and I'm just going to basically, yep, that's square to there. You can't really see it, but there. Bazinga. Let me go forward a little more. There. Alright, so now we'll just back out of here. One thing I'm noticing is that something's not catching the square and coming out at an angle. Oh, like my wheels are turning dum-dum. Alright, there we have it. So, I'm happy because my affordable, and yes, unfortunately, Chinese forks seem to be working. But honestly, I spent enough on this hay. I don't need to be, you know, spending $1,200 on that, $5,000 on hay, just make something affordable here, America. I mean, my God, it's the materials in that is, you know, if you buy them in bulk, I would imagine it's probably going to be a solid 400, maybe 500 bucks. Then if you pay your time, a good welder can have that prefabbed and everything. It's just, I don't understand why it's so much. Steel prices are up, I get it, but I just have it's just hard to believe these stupid prices. So I have to be looking for deals. I have a family. I got that I'm building, trying to get built. The rest of it's over there. It's going to be a steel barndominium. And then I got this property. I got property taxes. I got all this stuff. But honestly, this should not be $1,000 part. I just really don't see it. So this being about $412, including the shipping, a little hard to beat. A little hard to beat. So, yeah, I think that's gonna work just fine. I won't have to move hay further than what we did here. If I moved it from the barn to these paddocks right through here, then yeah, it'll do that all day. Tires did fine. Tractor didn't feel tippy, with the exception of the one spot over there on the corner right above that tractor. Anyways, you don't know where it is, but it was the hardest left-hand turn right before I got on the dirt trail over there, and it I mean, I just had a good rut, and I was turning left uphill, so it was, you'll feel that, but it was not out of control, and that's my thing. Control. Didn't need four-wheel drive, mainly because of the slope and the weight in the front. It's going to take your drive tires up a little bit, and it's just slick. So to get moving, I kept it in four-wheel drive, and I honestly left it mainly because I forgot. I couldn't tell you how much this actually helped, but I'm sure it did. It didn't hurt, that's for sure. But I think this tractor could do this all day without any attachment on the back. So, yeah, these forks are going to be perfect for what I'm doing, which is what you just saw. So far, I'd have to recommend them. It does not look like anything bent. You know, get down here. Yep, those fairly look even. Tips are good. If I was doing this all day, every day, as a hay farmer, I probably wouldn't get this, and I'd have to splurge for a 3-prong. That's, you know, if dealing with these 8-foot long bales. I mean, you can do it, but you kind of have to be a little bit more precise, I think, when you spear the bale with only the 2-prong to get the balance just right. Because if you hit that 2-prong in there and you have another 1.5 foot of bale over here, but 1.5 foot shy this way, it's going to put a lot more strain just right there on that one. And I could see how you could bend it that way, but if you had 3, it really, you don't care. You can do pretty much anything with 3 or 4. But I'm not stacking these bales and then driving them around. I will not be doing that. Mainly 2 reasons. One, be maxing out this loader. I should do it just to try it one day, but anyways, see if it'll lift it. But 2, biggest thing for me is I don't have the headache rack here. I could add that with welding it on there, but that's for safety, and I'd have to have, I mean, when you see these things around here, these come up about 4 or 5 feet and up and over, back down, and that's to keep these bales from rolling on you or tipping on you or whatever. So that's not my game right now. And this tractor, man, it handled it like a champ. Like I said, it was probably the frame size down from what I originally wanted, but I did a lot of research, like I was saying earlier. Hank, Rock Hill Farms, There's another, all you Yankees back east. I can't remember them all. Let's see here. I'm missing some. Tractor Time with Tim. Kroger guy. He ran a lot of Coyote. He's a good dude. I like his videos a lot. Country View Acres. That's what I'm kind of thinking about. So anyways, if you guys want some videos, I would highly recommend looking those guys up. I like watching and supporting Christian men. I myself am one as well. But it, you know, Hank Hamilton said something I'll never forget, and I'm gonna live with it the rest of my life. Is, you know, I got a lot to answer for when I go to heaven. Lying about a tractor ain't one of them. Well, yeah, you just substitute tractor with anything. That's the goal, right? So as of right now, yeah, this tractor is doing exactly what I want. It's pleasantly surprised. You know, the little smaller, more compact tractors, such as this, they have their advantages, man. They fit more places. They're powerful. They turn sharp, like wow, sharp. But it's you know, it's smaller, so you're not lifting as, you know, like if you got long loads that could get sideways, you need that wheelbase. Wheel spacers are not out of the question for this. Probably 2 inches on the back. Good Works Tractors, that's another good dude to watch. He sells the Bora wheel spacers, and I see a big benefit in those. I have 2-inch wheel spacers on there now. I'm actually going to be moving those. No, I have 1.5. I'm going to move the 1.5 to the front, and then the 2-inch to the rear on that. But I have 1.5 inches on the rear on that right now. They're not that hard. They're not that big of a deal. I just kind of have to know they're there and not drive it like a a-hole. But I will say that that's something about this tractor I have not seen. I did see, I think it was Rock Hill Farms, lift 2 round bales with a 3rd round bale on the 3-point hitch. That is a 25 horse tractor lifting that. I thought that was pretty cool. However, they were round bales, so they're probably only 800 to 1,200 pounds, which is still quite a bit for that tractor. I'm not gonna lie, that was impressive. But that is a frame size and a half-ish down from this, so that gave me confidence that this frame size was going to work. Because I originally wanted a what is it, the 795 73 horse, and that's because I'm thinking in the future, you know, if I end up taking over, you know, growing all the alfalfa here, then I'm going to need something bigger than this, I'm sure. But I guess I'll cross that bridge if I ever get there, and I don't think it'll be anytime super soon, like 25 plus years. So, but this will break ground. I do plan on getting a 10 to 12 foot disc harrow. I need some more harrow, pasture harrows for obviously the paddocks here. I might end up looking into like a 2 or 3 prong plow, turnover plow, because this ground has not been worked in a while, and it needs to be turned over and redone. I'm gonna get some cattle out here, put them down there in the trees, clean that up, this little section right here in the low. I think I'm gonna put my horse arena over here, and I don't know, I'm gonna put my cows somewhere, but I'm gonna put cows out here, use the manure for a base, get this soil back up, get it healthy again. It's not unhealthy, but it is sandy here, so I need all the help I can get. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching. Sorry I rambled at the end, but I wanted to let y'all know. If there's questions you have or something like that, if you want to see, I don't have a lot out here right now, but this tractor do something maybe. I don't know. Like I said, there's not a whole lot I got right now, but I don't have grapples, so I don't have a lot of logs, as you can see, to move around either. But I do have a bunch of power poles, and I've been debating on grapples, and or Versa fork for a while because I get a lot of power pulls. So I might get some grapples, but I need to put on a third function kit and other stuff. Anyways, rambling again. But yeah, if you have questions, give me a call. I'll answer as honestly as possible. Like I said, I'm just a small-time rancher, small-time, part-time type situation. So many of you are the same. I mean, we got to stick together, have a little co-op of information, man. That's key. And I'm all about it. So if I can help, let me know. And we will talk to you later. All right, God bless y'all.